Hi guys, welcome back. I know it's been like 2 weeks, but sorry. So I wanted to do a bunch of random stuff. Honestly, I had no specific goal, but I saw that Skirk was here and I did her trial thing and was like, yeah, I need her. I mean, I already knew that I wanted her because situations where we had the chance to play her character and fight with her too, but this just like made it more final. Like, yeah, I really want her, and I know that I would want a character and I wouldn't work towards getting it, so she's just going to be a mini goal. So while I play Genshin and get primos, and so she's the banner that I could pull out. So like I said, I wanted to do a bunch of random stuff, and that starts with the trials because I'm always going to start with the trials. And I didn't even realize Escoffier was a 5-star. I didn't realize that when they do these trials that they would put another 5-star along with a 5-star. Or maybe I did realize and I just forgot about it, because it surprised me when I saw that Escoffier was the next banner. I wasn't aware of who the next people were going to be, by the way. I just saw that Varka and Flynn's banner was ending soon in like a few hours. And then next thing you know, we have new people. And these were the new people. But yes, I love her playstyle. And she's cute, but I want Skirk. I really like her burst. There's just something about it. This one took a little bit of a while though, longer than Skirk's did, so I did have to speed it up a little bit. Okay, challenge completed. And they have Dahlia. Ooh, I want Dahlia. They have Charlotte. Do I have Charlotte? I don't have Charlotte. Okay. Oh my gosh, wait, I'm so excited now. I'm so excited to pull now. But I want Charlotte, and I want Dahlia, and I want Skirk. And that's who I want. I feel like whenever I want a 4-star though, whenever I'm pulling, I don't get the 4-star. Anyways, I saw that there's an event, so I went to go do the event. And I didn't do the whole thing. I just did what was immediately available, and I'm immediately thrown into Sumeru, which was interesting. I feel like I don't have that many Sumeru quests. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what it felt like. I love her dress though. Look at her dress and her hat. It gives it gave Fontaine, honestly. This event, I was really confused for a little bit, and I feel like you can see it in the way I'm moving my screen. But I didn't read the instructions. I'm usually never gonna read the instructions. I usually skip right past it and figure it out myself. Or because like a lot of the times when I do read the instructions, I don't understand it anyways, and I'm impatient. So it took me a while to figure it out. And apparently it took me so long that the game started giving me hints. And I was over here thinking, oh, these this bar at the bottom, like these circles, it was telling me where it was the whole time, you know. I just wasn't paying attention. And then I move on to the next thing, and that those hints were not there. So I realized it was just because I was taking forever. But I feel like these images are a bit weird. Like, they're not accurate, or they have to be taken from a specific angle, because I feel like I matched it perfectly at some point, but it just wasn't working out, because one part of the photo is all the way to the left and another part is all the way to the right. So they must have been taking it from a very specific angle. I thought it was gonna be like one of those events where it was like we're taking the photo, and I really like those kind of events. But not saying this is bad. This is a nice event too. I had to take a second to defeat these Hillodrills real quick because they're easy and you know, primos. This video, I think It's not gonna be super long, but it's not gonna be super short either. It's about 20 minutes, because I was doing a bunch of random stuff. Okay, this one seemed a lot easier because there was only 2 things that I had to complete, and I saw the little ramp at the bottom, and I was like, oh, this ramp must go here, and everything seemed to match like really well. But it took a second for the game to register. I was right. It just took a second for the game. Okay, this next part though, it was a little bit less easy. It didn't take forever. It just wasn't as easy as the ramp. Okay, there we go. I'm glad it was only 2 though. That made it go by really quickly. Oh, this picture was in Natland. Wait, was this whole thing in Natland? I could have sworn I was in Sumeru. Maybe I just traveled around the map because I wasn't really paying attention, honestly, to my location. Okay, so this is the 3rd one, and I only really did 3 because after 3 I had to move on to another section of the event, and I wasn't really in the mood to do that. I wasn't feeling the energy, the vibes of do another part of the event. So I didn't. I just did these 2 things. This one was kind of hard. It took a while, honestly. You see the bar at the bottom and the hints? That's how you know it took a while. It took like a whole minute, and that doesn't sound long, but it felt really long, which is what matters. Okay, gotta finish up this specific part, and then I'll be done with this event. I always end up calling events quests by accident, and I really gotta stop doing that. But oh, if you guys hear something in my background, that's some drilling outside, so I'm really sorry. Had to collect my primos real quick, and then see what the next one was, and it just seemed like a lot of work, so that was not getting done. Oh, it was in Sumeru, right? Because what are they again? They're not slimes. Those things, those bouncy things. The fungi. Yes. We were in Sumeru because of the fungi. Okay, next up, I wanted to go to my achievements because I had one there. And then I realized I had some mail. And I was just going to collect my more and go away. But then I saw the 100 primos, guys. How could I possibly miss out on a free 100? There's no way. So, of course, I had to get that survey done very quickly and move on to collect my precious rewards. It's really nice seeing the primo notification, or not really a notification, but the pop-up in the front come to my screen. Okay, I went back to achievements though, because I realized I haven't really achievement farmed in a while, since I feel like the only real time I achievement farmed is when I wanted that one name card from Watatsumi Island, and I got it, but and I worked hard for it, but I feel like I haven't really gone that hard on achievements since then. So I wanted to get a few out the way, and the easiest ones to do are the book ones. And so I wanted to do the Sumeru ones, which immediately took me to the library. And I got stuck in a quest, and I don't even know whose story quest this is, what it is. I'm assuming it's Sino's. I feel like it started and ended very quickly. But I got through it, and I went to keep going to the library. And this is the downside of having lots of different story quests open, because I coincidentally ended up going to the next part of this quest when I entered the library. Not directly entered, but when I went to a specific part, like right here, it took me to the next part. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. I start a lot of story quests, but I don't finish a lot of them because I get really determined to, even if I have to just put it on and leave my device playing, to just, get through with it. But it just feels so time consuming that I never do, and that just leaves a bunch of them open. So sometimes I'd just be playing Genshin casually, and all of a sudden I'm in a cutscene, and I don't even know who the cutscene or event is for because I started a whole bunch of them. Anyways, I was looking for specifically, I think, the song of the screening, something like that. But I ended up getting all 3 of the Sumeru book series here in this library, which was extremely convenient. I like when everything is in one place. It didn't take very long. I honestly don't even remember what the name of the other books were. I just thought that since I'm in the library, and there's definitely a lot of books to collect in the library, that I should just collect all of them in the hopes of getting a little farther in collecting a different series, or maybe reaching a different achievement. Just, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So I just went to every section, honestly. I was expecting a few books to be along that really tall back wall of books, but I feel like there really wasn't any. I feel like that would have been a good place for Genshin to put some so that we would have to climb it. And a part of me honestly really wanted to climb these things. Maybe I should do it on my downtime if I remember and end up in the library again. I don't really come here casually. This right here is where I ended up, getting the rest of the books. Oh, Song of the Screening wasn't the one I was originally going for. It was a different one, but that just happened to be one of the extra series. Okay, so since I got those, and since it ended up being pretty easy, I felt motivated to move on to the next Mortal Travels. Is calling it Mortal Travels the correct pronunciation? Because it's not spelled travels, it's spelled travails. But I got motivated to do the one that's in Fontaine because the Sumeru one was very, very quick. And I learned the locations of each just by looking it up on Google and going to Google Images. So that's what I did, and I was just following the pictures of the maps. This right here is where one of them was, and to my surprise, Fontaine in Coeur de Fontaine, there's actually this man, I feel like his name is Hubert or something like that. Maybe wow, let's try again. There is a man with a name that starts with H, and he sells books. That's what I wanted to say. I feel like it's really nice that there's someone who just sells a whole bunch of books. They were kind of expensive, honestly. I wasn't looking at the price for most of them. It wasn't until the very end of purchasing them all that I realized, wow, these books are kind of pricey. Over here though, I was looking for the crafting station because there were some posters that I knew was in the vicinity. I saw it on Google, and I was trying my best not to identify it by the old man because all the photos on Google had the old man there, and the NPCs kind of have their own schedule. They move around. But no, he was there. He was by the posters. It was over here. And there were actually 2 books. But like I said, I do leave some quests open. So of course I got caught in a cutscene. But this time though, I knew who it belonged to. It was Farina's. And most of the story quests I avoid because they're a lot of work, they're time consuming. But Farina's, I was avoiding that was part of the reason, but it was mainly because I wanted to pay attention to her story quests. Like I actually wanted to be invested and be present, but I just never felt like doing that. So I wanted to do hers whenever I was ready. But I guess I moved on to the next step since it jump started with the cutscene. Okay, next up, I was looking for this man, the man that I was talking about before, the one who sells books. Yes, his name starts with an H. And I realized I had to climb because, sometimes I go around Genshin and I wonder, how do NPCs get around? Because sometimes I get really confused. And when there is an obvious way for them to get around, it's like super long and super huge. First of all, almost everything in Genshin is like 5 times the size of the person. Everything is huge. Like everything is normal stuff, like chairs or whatever. They're his name was Hubble. Yeah, normal stuff. They're about the size of the people. The doors, they're huge. But anyways, normal ways to get around. It seems like that would take forever for a regular what would you call someone that lives in Tibetian? Just, a regular Genshin person. Okay. Am I wrong that these are kind of pricey? Like 3,000 Mora for a book? Okay, but I got the achievement, so that's what mattered. And I got 2. I didn't even realize it. Now, all I had left to do was get that last one, because I'm really, really close to getting that name card. I didn't care much for the main card. I didn't care much for the name cards of the Mortal Travel series. They didn't interest me much, but it's nice to add to my collection, and I am trying to improve my account. So, and that includes improving my collection of name cards. I think I should make a list of everything that I want to do in terms of improving my account. I mean, I mentioned it in the video where I did an account tour, which you guys should watch, by the way. Oh, World Quest. Sometimes I'm tempted to do the World Quest, but yes. Oh, here, I was trying to match my screen to the photo I was seeing on Google. So, I was trying to see, get the right angle, But anyways, I did mention what I wanted to do in the account tour video. But I think I'll make, a physical list so I can actually keep up with it, Okay. So, it was over on that side. And this was the last book. It'd be nice if I could tell you which books you need, though. Okay, so I finished those achievements, and I was kind of done with that. So I went ahead, and I realized I didn't have my next commission. So I wanted to do something that would get me that. And I figured I might as well do Columbina's thing, since I have to do it this week anyways. And it'll be like knocking two birds with one stone. Yes. I wish whenever I had a cutscene with Lumine, she would be wearing the new outfit that I put on her, because she looks so good in the outfit that Ether prefers. Not that she doesn't look good in this one too. She looks beautiful. I think she looks beautiful in both. It's just 2 different kinds of beauty. But I finished that. It was really cute. And I always go to check my record keeping kuhenki to see where I'm at, since I can never remember. And I only have 3 more weeks left. I feel like I would be a lot closer if I did it these past 2 weeks, but I didn't. So actually, if I did it these past 2 weeks, I would have already had the name card, but it's okay, things take time. So that got that done. I was thinking about doing my anecdote for chlorine, I think I saw, but I didn't want to. So I was like, I'm just gonna do the anecdotes another time. But after I got my commission here, and after I did the expedition thing, I saw that Varka showed up. So of course I couldn't resist clicking on him and getting that done. But I still wasn't going to chlorine. That felt like a lot of extra work. Now, before I left and ended the video and stopped playing Genshin for a bit, I wanted to go get my friendship points for my characters, since that has been building up for a little bit of time. It takes about 2 days-ish for it to fill. So it was definitely full for a while. And I cannot wait until Farina reaches level 10. I feel like my account will be closer to complete once she's at friendship level 10. Okay, so the video is almost over. I wanted to find a character to put on the thumbnail, since I want to do a different character this time. I was thinking about Official, because I love the outfit I have for her, But I realized, I feel like I haven't done a pink character in a while. I took a look at Lisa. Maybe I'll do Lisa another time because, once again, I love her outfit. But I wanted to try pink. And I feel like I haven't really done Diona. And she's a calico cat. That's really cute. Okay, so yeah, she'll be on the thumbnail, and I'll end the video with her too. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. If you loved me, go ahead and please subscribe, join the Discord, Instagram, whatever, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.